often assume that weeping is just a byproduct of pain, but no other animal on this planet shed tears for emotional reasons. If you want to continue this journey with me into the depths of human nature, subscribe here, because what follows is truly rare. Every mammal has tear ducts to lubricate their eyes, but only humans produce liquid as a response to deep, internal feelings. Scientific studies on chimpanzees, our closest genetic relatives, show they experience intense grief without ever producing a single tear. This physical phenomenon is a uniquely human adaptation that emerged to solve a critical problem in our early evolutionary past. The moment we start weeping, we are engaging in a complex, silent conversation that completely shifts how others perceive our vulnerability. You might think tears are a sign of weakness, yet this liquid is actually a powerful, sophisticated tool for survival and connection. We often carry a weight in our chests that words cannot lift, and that is where the biology of our tears begins. To understand why we are the only weeping species, we must look at the way our brains process social rejection and physical trauma. Thousands of years ago, human ancestors lived in small, tight-knit groups, where constant group cooperation was essential for daily life. Being ostracized from your tribe meant certain death, which forced us to develop intense ways to show we needed our group. Our ancestors needed a way to signal they were suffering without needing to say a word that would alert nearby hostile predators. Weeping provides a visual, unmistakable cue that you are in distress, which automatically lowers the defenses of those standing nearby. This biological response evolved alongside our highly complex frontal cortex, which allows us to feel what another human is feeling. Researchers analyzing the chemistry of tears found they contain distinct proteins that are not present in normal, protective eye moisture. These specific tears are known as psychic tears, and they are triggered by the limbic system deep inside your own human brain. The limbic system is the primitive emotional center that manages your deepest fears, joys, and attachments to other living beings. When your emotional distress hits a certain threshold, the brain sends a signal directly to the lacrimal glands behind your eyes. Think about the last time you saw someone weeping in public, and how it instantly triggered a desire in you to provide comfort. That instinctive reaction is not a coincidence. It is a hardwired social mechanism that saved our species during the harsh Ice Age. Weeping creates an honest signal of submission, showing your group members that you are not a threat and that you need help. In the unforgiving environment of the Pleistocene epoch, trust was the most valuable resource that an early hunter-gatherer could possess. The ability to express deep pain and receive help in return ensured that you survived when you were too sick to hunt. Weeping effectively forces the people around you to experience a drop in their own aggression and an increase in their empathy. Psychologists call this the signaling effect, and it has been the glue holding our human social structures together for generations. Think of the infant who weeps because they are hungry, a sound that triggers a surge of oxytocin in the mother's nursing brain. As we grow into adulthood, we repurpose this early infant mechanism to maintain our complex adult social relationships and networks. We are constantly searching for authentic human connection, and tears act as the ultimate indicator of someone who is being honest.
Yeah.
We instinctively distrust people who never weep, because our brains perceive them as hiding their true state or being detached. Weeping functions as a social lubricant that forces people to stop, look at you, and offer a form of compassionate physical touch. This simple act of touching, like a hand on your shoulder while you are weeping, drastically reduces the level of cortisol hormone. Cortisol is the primary chemical messenger that drives your fight or flight response and keeps you in a state of chronic stress. By weeping, you are biologically inducing a state of parasympathetic nervous system activation that returns your heart to a slow rhythm. Your body is essentially using the weeping process as a form of natural self-soothing to return to your baseline of internal safety. The liquid in your psychic tears actually includes chemicals that can serve as natural painkillers to help you cope with the loss. We are only just beginning to map the full extent of this chemistry and its profound effects on our mental well-being today. Many people misunderstand this by thinking they need to stop the tears to be strong, but this is a dangerous societal misconception. Holding back your tears requires an immense amount of cognitive energy that keeps your nervous system stuck in a high alert state. You might feel a tightness in your throat when you try to suppress your weeping, which is a physical sign of nervous tension. That tightness is actually your autonomic nervous system struggling to override your brain's natural, healthy, and ancient recovery signal. We live in a society that often encourages us to be stoic and detached, which directly conflicts with our innate biology as humans. When you deny yourself the act of weeping, you are denying your brain the chance to process and resolve the underlying emotional pain. This leads to a persistent state of internal frustration and a feeling of being completely disconnected from the people around you. The real tragedy is that we have turned a biological gift for healing into a source of personal shame and hidden secrecy. If we could see weeping for what it truly is, a form of honest communication, we would handle our interpersonal conflicts differently. Most of our modern disagreements could be resolved if we were more willing to show our genuine pain rather than our cold anger. We must ask why we have become so afraid of a simple, natural physical process that is unique to our human species alone. It is likely because we value productivity and emotional stability so much that we view any sign of pain as a major failure. We ignore the evidence that weeping actually increases our capacity for deep, long-term focus by clearing out our mental anxiety. You owe it to your own brain to understand that this behavior is not a flaw, but a feature of your advanced evolutionary design. Consider the way you treat your own children when they start weeping over a minor mishap, compared to how you treat yourself. We are usually more compassionate toward others than we are to ourselves, which blocks the healing cycle we so desperately need. The next time you feel the sting of tears behind your eyes, recognize that your limbic system is simply calling for some relief. You are participating in a ritual that has been performed by every generation of humans since the dawn of our consciousness. This act links you directly to the experiences of millions of humans who wept before you and survived the same life trials. Your tears are the physical proof that you possess the capacity to love, to feel, and to value things beyond yourself. By allowing yourself to experience this state, you are showing the world that you are brave enough to remain truly human. Vulnerability, in its purest form, is the only way to reach the level of connection that you are seeking with other people. Weeping is the shortcut to getting the help you need when the words you have to say are just not enough anymore. It signals to your colleagues and your loved ones that you are undergoing a challenge and that you need their deep support. Your biology does not care about modern social norms. It only cares about your continued survival and your internal emotional balance. You are built for deep bonds and a social life that requires honesty, which means your tears are an essential survival tool. Without the ability to weep, we would be a species unable to heal from the trauma of losing our closest social companions. This is why we need to educate others on the science of why this physical response is so incredibly vital for mental health. When you understand the purpose of your tears, you gain control over how you navigate your own emotional life each day. Your tears are a map that shows you exactly what matters most to your heart, even when your mind is feeling quite confused. You can now use this insight to reach out and create deeper relationships with your family, your friends, and your coworkers. Embrace the reality that you are a complex being whose physical body is perfectly designed to survive through emotional sharing. You are not meant to carry your heaviest burdens in complete silence, because you have the tools to ask for help always. This evolutionary advantage is the reason humans have successfully built such complicated and loving cultures over these many centuries. Our emotional language is written in our tears, ensuring that we never have to face the darkest parts of our lives alone. You have the power to change how you see yourself and how you move through the world by embracing your human biology today. If you have reached this stage, you understand more about your human nature than most people will ever learn in their life. Seize this chance to change your path and subscribe here because the next story goes even deeper into your true potential. Our ancestors developed weeping as a vital tool to signal distress and secure the tribal help needed for our mutual human survival.